Just getting set up here. There we go. Anybody on? Say hi if you're there. I am on the last leg of this buffet. If you've been with me a couple of other times, I have worked on this buffet, and I was asked if I would do the black wax, and I have decided that I'm gonna add a little brown wax in there too. So I'm gonna have both black and brown. It's already sealed up, so you always wanna, when you get with the colored waxes, you wanna make sure it's sealed. The only thing that I don't seal before black wax would be black paint, and then I'll just seal it with the black wax. So I've got, let's see what all I have. I have these brushes. Now I probably won't use all of these, but I wanted to have them handy. I really like these pixie brushes for wax. I know people get on to me all the time because they're really paint brushes, but they're great for waxing. So I've got a small one and a larger one. And then I've got these little artist brush, which are just cheap artist brush that I use for waxing around the detail and stuff. And then I've got some black wax and brown wax and lots of rags. So, oh, and I have my mineral spirits in case I need to take anything off. I also have, I use these a lot. These are scrubby. Actually, it's cut into thirds. It's usually about that big. But they're these green scrubby things, and I use those a lot with my wax because I like the way they look whenever you, and it kind of takes the wax back a little bit, and I like the way it looks. So we are going to get started on this, and honestly, I just asked the customer if I could add some brown wax in, and I don't really have a plan yet. I just know it needs some. So we're just gonna go with it and see how it goes. So, but when waxing, really all we're doing is, with this piece, because I did the black base coat underneath it, it's already got that dark, where normally you'd see a lot of black wax. We're just gonna highlight it a little bit with the black wax and the brown wax. And I did this so you don't have to use so much of the wax, and because it can get tacky and not feel great if you use too much. We're just gonna add a little patina to her. Just give her a little bit more age. I distressed her back today and sealed it up, and so we're gonna go from there. I need to turn my light up a little bit so I can see. I hope that didn't mess it up too bad. All right. So I just dip a little bit of the black wax in there, and I'm starting with the corners. And remember, you always have mineral spirits if you do too much. Mineral spirits is like a magic eraser for these colored waxes. So, but we're just adding a little bit more shading in there. So you would do it like where it would have natural shading. In the corners, like in the crevices. You don't have to do it all over when you have this type of technique. I love using waxes because I can play with them, and you can really do a lot with them. So see, you can use this scrubby, and it'll lighten where that black is up a little bit more. I'm going to use one of the artist brush to do around this detail in here. And the reason I'm not doing the whole thing is because I don't want it to change our color of the white. I just want it to make it look old, make it look like it's been there for a while. I'll add some brown in there shortly too, just to give it a little different color, a little different dimension. It'll almost give it like a really old look, like a dirty look, kind of. Like it's been around for a while. We know this piece has been around for a while, but not the paint job. Sometimes, well, not sometimes. Most of the time, it takes a lot to make a piece look old. It's funny how much work it takes to make a piece look old, where over time it naturally does this. See the difference in that side and that side? Now we're going to add a little bit of brown in there. Like I said, I don't really have, I just know we need it, but I don't really have a whole lot of vision for it. So we'll see how it goes. But we just want to add a little bit of different color, because as we know, usually if something's been around for a while, it usually has a little bit of dirt buildup. I'm just doing this really light. I'm hitting the tops of things that would catch dust. You just have to think about where a piece would be kind of dirty, where dirt would kind of settle in. It doesn't get wiped, or doesn't get reached to get wiped off. Sometimes that's but the good thing is we got mineral spirits. If it doesn't look right, we can always go back and take it off. It's not permanent. You can do the black and brown together to give it a darker look. Just keep up with your brushes. Sometimes like to do them at the same time and then wipe them back together, because that'll kind of blend it a little bit more. always going to be darker in the crevices part, where it's got more build up. So you want to put the darker wax down in there. Hard to keep up with which brush I have. Kind of hard sometimes. I might even go back and just lightly tap it with a dry brush over the top of this. With the white, just to bring that out a little bit more. Yeah, there's no wrong way to do this. Give me just a minute, I'll look and see if there are any questions. But today I distressed it back where you could see the gray and the white and the black in there, like I was talking about I was going to do. So it's really cool. It's turning out really cool. Let's see if I have any questions. Thank you, Misty. I take orders to paint furniture. Can you explain that to me? What does that mean? Kimberly, with real wood, if you're talking about like real wood versus like laminate, laminate's going to be shiny, and then wood's going to be like wood. What did I deal with? I don't know. So, let's go on. Seal. What did I seal with? Was that supposed to say that? I sealed it actually with Dixie Belle flat is what I sealed it with. And now I'm going back over with the wax. I didn't seal it with, I don't use a whole lot of clear wax anymore. Just because my shoulder doesn't like it. It can be a little bit of work, and my shoulder doesn't necessarily like me doing that repetitious wiping off and stuff like that. But the Dixie Belle flat, that works really well. I still do some with clear wax, but not a whole lot. just a tiny bit of wax on these brushes. And I'm not pressing down hard. It'll work on its own just fine. When you start wiping it off and kind of rubbing it in, you'll have enough on there. Because it has a lot already with the paint. So you don't really need a lot. We're just kind of adding to the patina. See, I knew I was going to do that. I stuck my wrong brush in the wrong, or my brush in the wrong wax. At least I didn't put it in the coffee. I usually do that. I usually end up putting my paintbrush in my coffee cup. Anybody else do that? This doesn't make a huge difference, but it does in person. And so I'll probably go back with a little mineral spirits and wipe some of this brown off so it's not quite so brown. It's a little bit more than what I want. But that's what we'll do. Sure you guys can even see the difference because it's so slight. But it just gives it another dimension. Now you can see here where this black is there, and this is where you take your scrubber, and you can kind of get rid of your straight line, because you don't want a straight line. When you got dirt, you never have a straight line. What we're doing is we're just making more shadows. You gotta change out your rags pretty often too. You don't have to press down hard on this because they're pretty coarse. That's why you have a clean rag. Because you get it everywhere. It's also why you have mineral spirits, because you can wipe it off. This also, you know, when you clean something over time, but you don't get all in all the crevices, this also gives it that look of like it's been cleaned over the years, but not like a deep cleaning with a scrub or anything in the details. It's like where the dirt and stuff has settled. I'm just adding a little brown down here to pull it together. Sorry if I'm getting in the way, y'all. I'm sorry. We just really want this piece to look like it's been around for a while. Painted for a while. Really cool old patina. And that's it. And I told you it wouldn't make a huge difference. It's just adding a little bit of a patina to it, highlighting the details. The brown wax is giving it a little bit more warmth as well. I will continue working on until I get it finished. Let me make sure I don't have any questions real quick. Hey, Karen from East Texas. The blue. Oh, this Linda is a scouring scrub, I believe, is what I'm using, and it's not sandpaper, but I'm sure that you could use a fine sanding block or something like that. I just use these. I really like these. So I sealed it with the Dixie Belle flat is what I sealed it with. I'm using regular wax, black wax, not gilding wax. Thank you, Quinn. Okay, I think that's all the questions. I will go through here. Janice, which detail brush? These little ones are just cheap artist brush. Pick them up at Walmart or whatever. These two are pixie brushes. Pixie, I think. Yeah, they're pixie brushes. They're actually for paint, not wax, but I use them for wax because I like them. Okay, if I missed anything, I will answer in comments, and thanks for hanging out with me, and hopefully I've been saying hopefully I'll get it done soon. I will be done with this piece tomorrow. I've got others I've got to get to. So I will be done with this piece tomorrow. Hopefully have full pictures of it. What's tomorrow, Wednesday? Thursday. It'll be Thursday before I get full pictures. So see her all put together in her glory. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you later. Bye.